Crypto holders, this is your final warning. Prices are not going to stay low forever. But, Lark, they're not super low right now. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. If this is your first rodeo, let me tell you, valuations are going to get way crazier than think. We are in phase 3 right now of the market cycle, and this is the phase of the market cycle where massive price markups happen quicker than you can expect, and where valuations go way higher than you think is even sane. The market is irrational, both the top and the bottom, and we're heading towards the irrational top part. Now is when we'll start to see exponential markups on coins. Yes, even more than have been seen already. There will be massive volatility, huge drawdowns. Expect all that kind of craziness. Meme coin rallies are the norm in this phase. Many memes will get much bigger market cap than makes any kind of rational sense. Remember, Dogecoin hit a $90 billion market cap last cycle. So yes, up your targets. Things are going to get much stupider than you expect, than you can even rationally believe. AI coins doing 20x in a month, that'll be the norm during the cycle. Base coins doing 10x in a month, the norm during the cycle. Some of this has already been happening, but we are in the early innings of the big game right now. Take a look at this chart. It represents the 4-year cycle in Bitcoin. The Bitcoin halving has always represented a major turning point in the cryptocurrency markets. That's happening this week, by the way. The yellow accumulation period is coming to an end officially. The new major markup phase post Bitcoin halving is beginning. You can think of the Bitcoin halving as your final warning that the train is leaving the station and you either get on or get left behind. If history has any sort of rhythm, then prices for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins will rise a lot between now and late 2025, assuming, again, a 4-year cycle is in play, that we don't get an accelerated cycle or a super cycle. Bitcoin could rally quite a bit more from here too, up to around 215K, which is where the 3.68 Fibonacci line is coming in at. Now, perhaps the accelerated cycle theory guys are going to be right. We top in late 2024. The super cycle guys are going to be right, and we top in 2026 or 2027, or there just is no top and just goes up infinitely forever with no major pullbacks ever. Probably not so likely. But so far, our best modeling shows late 2025 and 215K or maybe 250K. Or maybe 300K at the most bullish scenario, pico top minute for a price. But that number could become a trap for many, just like 100K did in 2021. So be careful of those narratives. Of course, the Bitcoin ETF, that's a once in a market liquidity event. You cannot ignore the implications for that. And while we had our first major rush of buyers post ETF launch, now we're about to enter a new game as major asset managers like Morgan Stanley start piling in and pushing Bitcoin out to their customers in the Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs and the Korea Bitcoin ETFs and so on and so forth. And you're probably thinking, well, but ETF sales are only for Bitcoin. They're only going to benefit Bitcoin. No, absolutely not. Bitcoin is just the tip of the liquidity spear in the market. Bitcoin going up creates more wealth and it creates more liquidity in crypto more broadly. It always has and it probably always will. Anyway, this is just Bitcoin we're talking about so far, and I know you want to know about your altcoin bags. Lark, tell me the good news about my altcoins. Are they going to moon? The short answer is yes. More likely than you can probably imagine, the number is going to go up insanely. Now, before I show you that chart, because it's a very key chart to see and understand, just a quick note that every week my team and I are publishing the Wealth Mastery newsletter. We spend like 40 hours a week on more, actually, on this bad boy. And every single week, my team and I are working to find you the latest alpha on airdrops, DeFi, altcoins, and much, much more. Basically, a whole team of researchers working to help you win. And you can join our 120,000 weekly readers and sign up for free using the link in the description on YouTube or the pinned comment on X. Okay, now the chart. Look at this. Look at this. Currently, the total altcoin market cap, excluding Bitcoin and excluding Ethereum, it's called the total 3. It's around $700 billion, give or take some tens of billions by the time you're watching this. After getting rejected at resistance at $800 billion the other day, it's down a little bit. But look at the orange line and the orange arrow on the chart. What do they show? They show a likely path to a $3 trillion altcoin market cap. Now, this was drawn by connecting the tops of the previous cycles and projecting forward. The arrow points to late 2025, by the way, and I don't think most of you fully grasp what happens to your altcoin bags if we go from 700 billion market cap for all altcoins combined right now to $3 trillion plus. I'm not sure I fully understand, but it's going to be absurd beyond belief. It'll be very frothy and wild out there. You're most likely not being bullish enough and need to up your targets. Now, maybe you don't like my orange line. Okay, fine. How about a Fibonacci line? Oh, would you look at that? The 3.618 Fibonacci line almost perfectly lines up with the orange line connecting the tops that I just showed you, giving us a final altcoin market cap of around $3.3 trillion. Probably just a coincidence, right? So if that is where the price is going to go, what do you need to do? What do you need to know? Well, first off, this is actually the phase in the market when the most money is going to be made, when the markups that happen we see insane moves in altcoins throughout this phase, not overnight, okay? Sure, it was better to buy 12 months ago. Not a lot of people did that. The second best time, probably during this phase. There's probably 6 to 8 months left to just more broadly accumulate sort of the bigger top altcoins, but broad accumulation should be likely finished by the end of the year, and they need to flip the switch and go into selling mode, or whenever, of course, we break past the previous all-time high for the total three, which is at $1.2 trillion. Again, risk reward beyond that point starts to change a lot. The end of the accumulation for altcoins should happen by that time. Your bags really need to be packed. So be thinking about that, because the risk reward of buying after we crack into price discovery for all altcoins together starts getting much less attractive. So the focus right now should be to fill your bags as much as possible to prepare for selling in 2025. Mid caps, probably great risk reward profile in general, because you will need, of course, to, again, flip the switch later on and start thinking about selling in 2025. There are a few exceptions, though, and there are, of course, things and times to buy even in 2025. First, when there's a massive, crushing 30% correction that happens, you can add to your spot bags. It can be a pretty attractive time to do it. Those are buying gifts from the market gods. Accept them as such. Second is that airdrop farming will still be a very hot topic, and there will be a great chance for getting some sweet airdrops right up until the end of the bull market, is my guess. The meta is going to run for a while now, and as soon as they stop making money, that's when people will stop farming them. Just don't do any farming, though. Once the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator flashes, that's probably about your time to get your money out of protocols, circle the wagons, get some money off chain, and wait. Third, token sales. 2025 will see a lot of insanely high hype token sales coming out. We've already seen wild stuff. CoinList sales have been doing super well. Ape terminal sales have been doing super well. Watch both of those. They've been consistently producing some of the most insane return token sales in the market for the most hyped new coins. And I know it's hard to get into those sales, but only one can change your financial scenario dramatically. We can also lump those new launches that just do a token generation event, but not actually a token sale in here too. New coins have a lot of potential in the market cycle too. Just be careful about aping into way overhyped listings and getting burned. Okay, you do have to be careful. Think a little bit, okay? Also, of course, meme coins are not going anywhere. There'll be new launches coming all the time. Some will make money, most will lose money, but it's still a game that will be played. Also, trading will be a trader's dream in 2025. Low leverage short-term plays on trending narratives will be big money makers if you know how to play that game. So if you have the skills and the risk management and the emotional intelligence to do it, money will be picked up there. For most of you listening, though, the hardest part of 2025 will be just riding your bags higher and not selling too soon, because a lot of charts are probably going to end up looking like this Solana chart. Now, this is Solana from the last cycle. The orange arrow shows the Bitcoin halving. Solana at the time was trading at 75 cents. It would go on to do almost 40,000% returns during the cycle from the time of the Bitcoin halving. Along the way, there was a crash of 79 and 69%. Not many people would have held it from 75 cents all the way up to $200 or whatever it got to. And even fewer would have sold the top or near the top at massive profit. But it does prove what is possible if you have the fortitude and the guts to hold that long. And of course, that likely none of your targets are adequately bullish for those low cap coins that you're investing in. The market cap of Solana back then, by the way, was $15 million, which also tells you something very, very important. If you want outsized gains, then you need to take outsized risk and find really asymmetric bets coming to the market that have huge potential. You're not going to get rich buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin, great investment, but it's slow compared to most other things in crypto. Same with Ethereum, same with Solana right now, for being honest. There are good return potential assets this cycle, but these things are not make the yacht money. To make it big in crypto, you have to take more risks at this point in the market, assuming we're going to see a $3 trillion altcoin market cap this cycle. Then what you want to be looking out for, those mid-cap coins under $1 billion market cap, big gains potential. Under 500 million, better if you can find the good ones. Under $100 million, best if you can find something that's actually good and feels undervalued. But Lark, it's too late. All the opportunities are gone. Wrong. You're wrong on that. Aerodrome, great example. Had a market cap of $15 million in late February. It went up 15x. From there, it's probably up more at the time you're watching this video. There will be more gainers like this in the base ecosystem, in the Solana ecosystem, the Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem, in the Mantle ecosystem. Don't fade that one. The Avalanche ecosystem, the Phantom ecosystem, which is definitely not hyped at the moment, but I have a feeling will be once the Sonic upgrade rolls out and all Andre's plans play out for the rest of the year. And to a lesser extent, keep an eye on ZK Sync, keep an eye on Linear. There's money to be made in these places, on these chains. Now, these chains will probably have the biggest winners of the cycle, particularly when it comes to the meme coins on those chains, the AI coins on those chains, the gaming coins on those chains, the DeFi apps, particularly exchanges with real yield are very attractive for me as an investor. So lots of winning potential if you can find the hot plays early. And there's early stuff launching all the time. And I still believe that you have time to score some really big winners from these ecosystems. But that door won't be open forever. It is closing. Under the radar gems don't stay under the radar forever or for much longer, to be honest. Which brings it back to, again, new launches, airdrops, shiny new coins hitting the market, all that stuff. There will still be money to be made, but the game starts changing. For certain coins, those great bargains are not there anymore. For others, you can still find on-chain great bargains, okay? You got to get on-chain. But again, those deals may not be lasting as long as you'd like. Final word of warning. This is all very exciting. We love watching our coins go up. And yes, you make most of your money when you buy a coin. It's a true fact, and most people don't realize that. You screw up the buying and you say goodbye to your profits. But if you buy right, buy low, of course, then the profits can come. But obviously, and this is the most important thing of this entire video, if you fail to sell when the time comes, then it doesn't matter how good your entry point was. You will fail. You will round trip your bags. If you have life-changing money on the table, then please consider changing your life so you can live the dream, get the yacht, sail away with the wife and the kids. Don't become a salty community member holding a coin that's down 99% in the bear market. It's just not worth it. This is your chance for big financial freedom during this market cycle. Take it, play it smart. Most of the people that come into this market are going to end up being exit liquidity. It's just true. I don't make the rules. This is how the markets work. And you either understand that reality or you're a victim of that reality. Straight up. Thanks for watching.